It is August 9th, 2024, and in this area that used to be a little bit woodsy, but I have all of the trees lopped off at 6 feet, I've decided that I'm going to plant raspberries in this area. Now, normally I plant in a bramble, but I'm going to trellis these raspberries. The unfortunate thing is while it was the woods, I was letting this vine grow wild in here and it kind of took over the floor. So first thing I need to do is clear all the roots out. The burn pile is almost all Virginia creeper root that I pulled from the woods over here, getting it ready for raspberries and currant bushes. September 26th, the raspberries arrived today. There's a Heritage, a Latham, and a Boing. There are a few reasons why I came up with my own design. One, I did not want wood for a couple reasons. I wanted to be able to move this if need be, and in order for the wood post to not rot, you need to sink them in concrete, and therefore I could not easily move them. Secondly, I wanted to be able to move these up and down. The new raspberries, the red raspberries, are supposed to get 4 to 5, possibly 6 feet high. If they do not get that high, I want to be able to move the cross arms down. Currently, I do not have them anchored, which would be another wire that runs from here down to the ground to give this pole support so it doesn't tip inward because of the tension of the wires, which is one of the reasons I wanted turnbuckles, so I can tighten the tension on the wires. And also I can easily unclip them and reclip them. This is what I'm using for one side or one pole. I got some conduit from work that was in the recycle bin, so I'm just using what they had. There's a piece that's 23 inches, another that's 31 inches. The sleeves for clamping the wire into a loop. These are antenna mast clamps, turnbuckles, and eye with bolt. Drilling the holes in the conduit, I have a 1/4 inch titanium drill bit, a vise, and a pan to capture the metal shards. Then put your eye and bolt through the hole that you drilled. While I'm watering, I drove in the posts. They are 18 feet apart on the ends, and I put one in the middle. The two ends are 70 inches from ground to top. They are 8-foot poles, so just shy of 6 feet. And the middle pole I got a little zealous with, and that's at about 68 inches. This is the mast clamp. It has 12 pieces all together. What happens is the main pole, my fencing post, goes through here, and then the cross poles go through this portion, just like this. After you have all the cross arms in place, the last step is to run the wire. I put the bottom crossbar at 24 inches, then from top to bottom 25 inches in between the bottom crossbar and the top. You'll notice that it's a little higher on the other end. That's because the ground actually goes up over there and I did not compensate. First thing you want to do is unscrew your turnbuckle as far as you can so the threads are about the same on either side. Does not need to be exact, but they should be roughly the same on either side. Then you're going to take your sleeve or ferrule, run your wire through one side, then through the turnbuckle, then the wire, and feed it back through the other side of the sleeve or the ferrule. Push that down as far as you can. Now, if you have a crimping tool, this is where you would crimp it. Crimping tools are very expensive. You do not need to buy a crimping tool to do this. This flat portion of the screwdriver right here will do the exact same thing. All you need to do is squeeze that aluminum around so the wire cannot slip back through. Now, along with this, you do get a stop. The stop is to put on this end piece in case this does give, that the stop will catch it. I personally do not use the stop portion of it. The turnbuckle is then placed on the eye, and then you do the exact same thing on the other side. The middle cross arm I'm just strictly using as a pass-through so that the wire does not sag in the middle. Make sure you feed your wire through the pass-through before you actually connect the turnbuckle on the other end. I bring the wire to the other end, about an inch further than the pole, cut it, and then I'll put the turnbuckle on this end. So it's all set up on the second end. I have not yet crimped it because I'm going to do that side and get that side nice and taut first, and then I will come back, and when everything's set, then I will crimp this and turn my turnbuckle to tighten everything. The last step is to train your new chutes by connecting them to the wire. Just as an example, I'm using this year's chutes, but you want new growth. And you can buy connectors online. They did not get good reviews, so what I'm doing is just using twist ties to tie the chutes to the wire. And I just got a box of twist ties from work. And this is the end result. I have a bunch of currant bushes that used to be in the sun and are now in the shade that I'm going to be transferring to the sunny part of the property where the woods used to be, so they do get more sun, and hopefully I get more currants in the future. And the currant bushes have been relocated by the new Raspberry Trellis.